going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Real You Gonna Do is coming at you with an updated Blackwing deck profile. Look at my lighting scenario. Look how badass that is. Shazam, sure. Okay, so we're gonna go over the whole deck. This is the main side extra. I haven't had a chance to really upload my Blackwing deck profile in a while. Post the new card, Black Sonic, as well as two new Blackwing cards. Because basically I was testing the shit out of it. I don't want to just upload something and it'd be ass. I want to give you guys the best Blackwing deck profile I feel I can give you. And I've been testing. I've gotten a lot of PMs, people on Facebook all over asking me, can I show this deck profile? And I didn't know how to answer. I don't want to say, well, I'm a scrub, but I just wanted to, show you, like, this is, in my opinion, the best Blackwing deck profile out right now, that I think that it is. I do have one proxy. I'll show you that later on, guys. And I also was waiting for that in the mail, but still waiting. Look at this fucking lighting scenario. So good. Okay, so we're going to go with the main deck, the extra deck, and the side deck, and then we'll go in reverse order. Explanation of the cards and why. Like I said, this is a 42-card Blackwing deck, which may seem taboo for Blackwing players, but please try it out before you start knocking it. It's a very good and very consistent build. Right at the back, we got 3 Shura, 3 Bora, 3 Kalut, 2 Blizzard, double Maxi, 1 Gale, 1 Zephy. Let me just fix the... Bam, there we go. 1 Kochi, 1 Steam the Cloak, 1 Orochi the Squall, 1 Sirocco, and 1 Dark Arm Dragon. So that's a whole full Blackwing monster count. We'll go into our spells. I have 1 Cardinal Blackfeather, Book of Moon, double Forbidden Lance, triple Black Whirlwind, and triple Power Duality. Now go right into our traps. We have one Mirror Force. Where's my other one? Oh, here it goes. I didn't get a chance to organize any of these traps, so let me just do it as I do along. We got 2 Black Sonics, 3 Icarus Attack, Solemn Warning, Bomb Trap Hole, Torrential Tribute, and triple Venus Chain. So that's a full deck. Like I said, guys, it's 42. We'll go right into my extra deck. Blackwing Armmaster, Blackwing Armwing, Beezle, Thought Ruler Archfiend, Dark End Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Crimson Blader, Black Rose Dragon, Orient Dragon, Daigusta Emerald. I'm sorry about the fucked up camera. There you go. Number 82, Heartlando Dragon, Draco, Ice Beast Zerfine, number 101, Silent Arc, and this is the last card. This is the proxy. This is Blackwing Graham the Shining, I believe. Graham the Whirlwind. I don't know. I'm supposed to get in the mail. Hopefully we'll get it by tomorrow. Every day is like hoping to get this fucking card. I don't know why it's taking so long, but 2 DD Crows for the side deck, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Eradicated Epidemic Virus, double Deck Devastation Virus, double Black Horn of Heaven, double Curse of Darkness, double Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, and triple Gozen Match. So we're gonna go from reverse order back to forward, and yeah, let's start from here. 3 Gozen Match. This card is mad legit. You say Wing Beast. This is a very good card when you're playing against Bujins, because you say, hey, you can only play one or the other, and they basically have to only choose. They're gonna choose, I think, Beast Warrior for your motto, I believe, and it limits a lot what they can do. Their XC plays as well, which is a major thing. Playing against them a lot, I know that Bujin's XC plays hurt more than the actual Yamato. You can always outplay Yamato. It's hard to play to outplay Sasanowo or Kagasuchi. Those are the 2 ones that are extremely hard to outplay, and Amaterasu might be a pain in the ass in the future. Don't know yet. It might be, though. Another great card against Madolches. Just really slows them down. I mean, this card's really a thorn in their side, and that's not including anything else you can do being playing Blackwings. Being the fact that we can't get our Shura off when you swing into a Madolche because they go back in the deck and not hit the graveyard. Gozen Match is just going to slow them down and allow us to gain more advantage really fast and consistently. So definitely a great card, and I absolutely highly suggest signing this at 3. There's a lot of decks, by the way. That was just a couple of them off the top of my head. Top of the dome. Delta Card into reverse. Now, this is I used to play 1 in main for everyone who's seen my previous deck profiles. The reason I took it out because Mythic Rules are a thing. Mythic Rules rarely play any traps. Rarely play any traps. They mostly rely on spamming the field, so you can't play this against them. But there are still a lot of decks that set. A lot of decks. A lot of people feel comfortable now there's no heavy storm. They don't care about 3 MST, so set all day long. You Delta Crow them, end phase, you're going to have a great day. This might go into the main deck come Primal Origins, which is going to happen in a week. I might start main decking possibly 2 of these, just because artifacts are going to be a thing, and you can end phase slam your opponent's fucking back row, you win against artifacts, auto win. So this is something you might want to consider. If you don't have it, please get 3. You're going to need it if you're playing Blackwings. Another card, Curse of Darkness. Now, this deck just rolls over, literally rolls over against Prophecy. Prophecy does their thing, and you have very limited things you can do against Prophecy. Unless you really have to have a good read on your opponent. And if it's some random Prophecy shit, it's going to be very hard to do that. Playing cards like Curse of Darkness is going to help you speed the process of winning. So you're going to want to side 2 of that. I mean, that's Prophecy. There's other decks as well. These are main ones off the head based on my meta and the places I play around. And I live in New York, and there are a lot of good places in New York. So you should probably listen to what I got to say about that. 2 Black Horn of Heaven. I mean, you don't really got, that's obvious. Deck Devastation Virus. Now, once again, certain decks it does nothing against. I think Madolche is going to be tier 1. I have the deck almost about built. I really, firmly believe it's going to be tier 1. And when you play deck Devi against them, you win the game. There are a lot of other decks out there as well. Variants of Gauges, Machinima Gadgets, whatever kind of builds. You play them, always roguish decks, and this just says no to rogue decks. It says go home and make a tier, and then you can play other cards and win them. But this is a very good card. It has won me a lot of games opening with this card. Of course, Eradicate Epidemic Virus, still a great card. The other Mirror Force. Now, I can't main, and here's why I took them. I love playing Mirror Force, by the way. It really sucked to do this, but here's why. I feel Black Sonic's more of a better card versus Mirror Force. Mirror Force Bushin Motto does nothing. Move here, try again. That's why I play 2 Black Sonics over a Mirror Force. Mainly why I play 2 Black Sonics over Mirror Force. Banishing everything is just too good. And even though I like my Mirror Force, and I'm siding in against certain matches that don't, certain matches that span the field and don't care about me, like a great one would be Mermos. Mermos will love to span the field and come at you, and at that point you're gonna want to have your 2 Black Sonics, but you're also gonna want to have your Mirror Force as well to slow them down, to banish and or destroy them monsters. So this is another great card. You don't want to take it out fully. You're gonna want to side it. Absolutely want to side it if you don't have the room. And of course, 2 DD Crows. You can't go wrong with DD Crows. It's a win beast for Blackwings. It's probably one of the best side cards Blackwings can play, because they get Icarus with this card. And it also hurts Bushes. It hurts Mermos. It hurts Mythic Rulers. This card, I really want to put main, but there's certain decks you play against this, and it's going to do nothing for it. And that's why I can't have it in the main. But it is probably one of the best side cards. And if you can't make it to 3, definitely try bumping this 3. If you don't disagree with any of my side deck cards, just really realize this card is a necessity in the deck. And if you could play at 3, go ahead. Now, of course, we play Graham, because we have the level 1 guy that you can hit the field with. I was never ready. Fucking weird ass Blackwing name. But we have him, and he's really good, so you have to have Graham now. He's essential. He's no longer a maybe or no longer a tech choice. In my opinion, he becomes a must-have in the deck. So you definitely need to get your hands on the Graham before. If Blackwings was the top of regionals or major event, Graham's going to go up he's going to go at least to 30. And that's not even a kind of, that's a very low ball price. So definitely get your hands at least on 1 Graham. You might want to get 2 Grams. And no, I'm not selling drugs. Okay. So we have Silent Honor Arc, Staple, Heartland Draco. I'm not sure if I talked about this in my other Blackwing video. If you have basically a Black Worm on the field, this guy can attack your opponent directly for 2 grand in the face. Also, he cannot be targeted for attacks. So that's pretty good. Your opponent can't target him, and you swing for 2 grand in the mouth. Pretty fucking good. At that point, you don't need 101. I mean, you don't need Gaga Cowboy. Heartland Draco is just a better version in this build. And of course, I'm keeping Daigusta Emerald. A lot of people are taking out Daigusta Emerald. You do not need to take this card out. This is a must. You're gonna run through so much stuff in your deck. I mean, and my build I play Darkroom Dragon, so it kind of is like a duality. I have Darkroom Dragon, and I also want to mediate my graveyard. But even besides the Darkroom Dragon play, you want to put things back in your deck to use them. And Daigusta Emerald is the perfect card to do that. He will help you win games. I don't know why people want to take him out. It's kind of weird. Orient Dragon. Remember this guy? He was a big card around E-Dragon format, but now he's still bad because E-Dragon's evolved to Mythic Rulers, and your opponent still goes into Star, Spark Dragon. You drop an Orient Dragon, you go, hey, get out of town. And he's very good, and he's a 6-star. So you should get this. He's low right now. He might go up. If E-Dragons continue being a thing, I could easily see this card going back to where it was when it was Elemental Dragons, period. So he's great against Mythic Rulers. You guys gotta have one if you are playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game with Blackwings. Staple. These are staples in my opinion. I consider him 100% a staple. I mean, if I have the chance, I would do a video about Dark End Dragon. Thor the Archfiend has won me a ton of games. And not won me games, kept me in the game long enough. And this is a card that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that have the opportunity to play singles are not playing. Look at any major event. Look at an ARG. Look at any kind of duel, even at your locals, and find a deck that plays synchros, even Mythic Rulers, and say to yourself, man, if he can win Thought with it right now, what position would he be in? And a lot of times you're gonna see yourself going, that's gonna not win him the game, keep him back in the game. Stops a lot of cards specifically. But you have to pay 1,000 life points to get a spell trap that targets him, so you can't even lance him. Also, Tiger's psychic, but I mean he's psychic, so I mean that's what you want to do. But also, when he destroys a monster, he gains life points. You gain life points equal to a monster's original attack. So if you lance over your opponent's monster with this, you still gain life points to the original attack. Very good. I still play 1-on-1 of each. You do not need to play any more than 1-on-1 of each in this build. There's a value variant that I was testing before. There is also a turbo variant that I might upload later on that's pretty consistent as well. But in this build, you only play 1-on-1 of each. That's it. And of course, we have Beezle. Testing with Beezle has proven to me that Beezle is not the be-all, end-all card a lot of people thought he was. He's still broken as hell, but he isn't God. Throwing him out late game is very good. Mid game, kind of dangerous because you could be walking into a 1-on-1 or a D prison or any kind of stuff like that. So you really gotta be careful when you drop your Beezle. A lot of players dropping him too early in game and losing, wondering why, and then complaining about how bad this card is. I love dropping Beezle late game, not early game. It's very rare I'll drop Beezle early game unless I feel very confident about my back row, which is in this build is kind of rare. Okay, so we'll go right into the main deck. Now, Dark End Dragon's a card I'm keeping in. He's a boss monster by himself. Why would you take a boss monster out of a deck is beyond me. It's really rare I would not play Blackwing without Dark End Dragon. It has to be extremely rare. Twilight variant. Even then, you can have a good argument of why to play Dark End Dragon. He's his own boss monster. You can mediate the graveyard so much in Blackwings that it's almost silly not to have him in. You got Blizzard. You got, if you play Daigusta Emerald, you got Daigusta Emerald. You got so many ways to mediate the hell out of your graveyard. Zephy's another reason. It's just a lot. So keeping him in is just almost essential. It's very rare that he becomes a dead card in your hand. Especially when you open with him, you can go into a lot more confident plays knowing that you could drop a Dark End Dragon later on in that game within second, third turn. One Sirocco. It's kind of insane to do that, but I play one Sirocco. I'm seeing decks play 2 because you can play a Roshi the Squirrel and you can go into a nice little 6-star and that's kind of cute. But you just need one Sirocco. You don't need more than that. You can test out 2, and 2 has been not bad. At times, I feel it's more dead in my hand than alive, and that's why I went down to 1. But you can play 2, and 2's not bad. Do not go 3. 3 is horrendous. Roshi the Squirrel. The Squirrel Squaw. He has 2 effects, and I've been messing up his second effect a lot. But even messing up his second effect, I'm still getting that first effect off. It should drop him to go into a level 5, and it's been very, very good like that. And what's cool is he's 400, Steam the Cloak is 800, and Kochi is 700. So 8, 7, 4. Very good whirlwind. Very, very open your plays. For the most part, you're going to want to go in that order unless you really want to go into a Roshi Square and use his effect. Squall! Fuck, I keep saying his name wrong. Very good card. Go into your 5s, and even at times you can even make 6s with him that would be pretty decent. You can make Orient Dragon, which is pretty sweet. So yeah. And Kochi is the Daybreak. He's a staple at this point. Steam the Cloak. Now, a lot of Blackwing players are not playing this card. Let me tell you what he does. This creates a card leaves the field for someone 1 Steam token. Aqua type, when level 100 attacks or 100 defense. If this card's in your graveyard, you can tribute 1 monster. Special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use the effect of Steam Cloak once per duel. If this card is summoned this way, you can only and used for a single monster, or the single material must be Blackwing monsters. That means the synchro does not have to be a Blackwing synchro, which a lot of people I've played against and I've talked about against with saying it's bad or mid-game. This is a very good card. The reason it's once per duel because he's basically Black Rose. You got him, and you got 2 Zephyrs. I mean, not 2 Zephyrs, 2 Boras. You have Black Rose. Simple as that. You synchro with him and a Bora, make Black Rose. pop the token, bring him out, special Bora, and then go into your Arm Master play. That's 3 cards for a field nuke and a monster that can't be destroyed at battle. That's a really good play. And I understand why a lot of people are upset about this card, don't like this card. This is a very, very great card, and people should be playing at least one of their decks. Well, should only be playing one, because see, I consider him like Zephy. Like Zephy. And the only difference is, the rest of the deck's pretty much the same as far as monster count. The only difference is the 2 Max Cs, which put me to 42. Max Cs is a necessity. A lot of people are trying to take that Max C challenge nowadays. They're getting ballsy. And when you have a set Icarus and a Blackwing monster in the field, drop Max C, make it take the Max C challenge, Icarus away that bullshit, and then next turn, win the game. That's what I've been doing a lot. I've been seeing that a lot. A lot of people, I'm dropping Max C off at, and they try to go off, and I'll Icarus them. They might get some damage in, but it's not going to win the game, and then I'm going to go, and I'm going to win that game next turn. So Max C, I feel, I would like to play it at 3. The format is so fast, but you can't. You go, I mean, in this build, I only have enough for 2. Everything's basically the same in Blackwings except this. I'll go with this first. I went back into 1 for Carson Black Feather. I want to get to my Blackwings as fast as possible. I want to get the Whirlwind as fast as possible. That's the main reason why I'm actually added this card back in. I had Upstarts. Upstarts were great. I feel Carson Black Feather is just better. It's personal preference at that point. You can choose to not do that and to play a lure. I just like Carson Black Feather. Next, Forbidden Lance. I took out the MSTs. I had 2 MSTs, if you guys don't remember, and I put in Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is a great card. Very versatile, very good. And for the most part, the card does what it needs to do. Yes, it will lower the attack of your Blackwing monster if you have it on the Whirlwind. But in the long term, next turn your opponent draws, he has to play with a Blackwing monster on the field and possibly a Clute in your hand. A lot of people that know you're playing Blackwings, after you lance a monster in the field as a Blackwing, they're going to read that you have a Clute in your hand. It's almost a guarantee. This guy's a Clute. Why would he see the Blackwing? And you could or could not, and you could be lying. And that's the great thing about Blackwing. You're playing poker at that point. That's what I like about Lance. Makes your opponent think he's playing a game of poker. Now, traps are mostly all the same. 2 Black Stonks and 1 Mirror Force. I don't play 3 Black Stonks. I still want a Mirror Force. My field does get nuked, or my monster field gets nuked. I could still have that Mirror Force ability, but Black Stonk, in my opinion, is one of the greatest cards to come out of Blackwings since Delta Crow Anti-Reverse. It's a very, very, very good card, and a lot of players with a lot of decks are going to be very cautious attacking you when you have a Blackwing in the field. It makes your Blackwings that much more dangerous to be on the field. So that's the full Blackwing deck count, guys. It's 42 cards, like I said. I'll try to test it out. My great lighting setup. And let me know what you guys think. I really feel this is a very consistent build. I've been testing the hell out of this build. I played about 5 different variants of Blackwings, and this one has worked a lot better than all of them. A lot more consistent, and I'm winning a ton of games with this one. So let me know what you guys think. It's your boy, Real You Could Do Us, vctrfs. Go to my shit, and that's my 2 cents.